Hello everyone, my name is Abu Bakr Salim and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to write a program to find the sum of all the elements of an array. So in the previous video, we discussed about a 1D array and we learned how to insert data in that array and how to print the data out of array. So in this video, we are going to learn about how to perform array manipulation, how to perform different operations in an array. And the first operation that we are going to perform in this program is that we'll be finding the sum of all the elements in an array. So let's suppose I have created an array and I'm going to name it ARR, and the size of this array is 10, and I want to get the input from the user. So int I is equal to 0 because the first index of array is 0 and the last index in this case will be 9. So I'm going to write I is less than 10, I plus plus, and after that we have to insert data in this array with asking we will ask the user to insert data. So for that, first of all, I will print a message, enter array element, and in this scanf statement will be using percentage %t because it's an integer array, and here I will write ARR and index number will be specified here. One thing that I have missed here is a percent sign that I've used now. So this is how you can insert data in an array. So once you have done it, now you also have to find the sum of the elements of the array. So let's create another variable and name it sum, and I'm going to assign it a value of 0 initially, because we want to update the value of this variable. So whenever you have to update a value of a variable during the program execution, you should assign it something. In the case of addition, you should assign it 0, and in the case of multiplication, you should assign it 1. Remember that. So we have done that. After that, I'm going to do it sum is equal to sum plus array I. So whatever the element that user has entered will be added in this sum variable. And once the loop has completed, we will print the result. The sum of elements is equal to percentage %t. We have printed a message and we will print sum here. So now when I will run the program, we'll see a message enter array element, and this message will be printed in front of us 10 times, and we will enter values 10 times as well. So the first time the message has been printed 5. 45, I have entered 5. Let's suppose second time I'm entering 8. Third time it's going to be 9, 13, 7, 8, 11, 9, 78, and 12. So the output in this case is the sum of elements is equal to 160. So this is how you can do it. One more thing that you can do here is that you can perform this addition in a separate loop if you want. Like I have done this after getting the input from the user. You can also do that outside the in another loop. It will be done in another loop if you want to. The second program, I hope that you have understood this program. The second program that we are going to do is we will be finding the count of occurrences of a token. So let's suppose I have an array. I am writing it in this comment section to just make it clear to you guys. Let's suppose I have an array 147, then there is 9, and then there is 10, and then there is 1, and then there is uh, yeah, then there is 51, then there is 1. So this is the array that we have right now, and we have a token as well. And let's suppose that the value of that token is 1. So we have to check how many times this 1 has occurred in this array. So in this case, the output should be 3, because in this array 1 occurs 3 times. So depending on the array that user has entered, we have to check how many times the token has occurred. Let's suppose the token is 0 or 2. Now 2 is not present in this array, so the output is going to be 0. So this is the program that we are going to do. This is the second program, and for that, once again, we will be creating an array. I'm going to name it ARR, and the size is going to be 10. Then there is another variable, and I'm going to name it count, and it's initially 0. Once again, it's 0 because we have to update this variable. So initially I have initialized with 0. Now, once again, loop will be used to input the data. Input I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to I is less than 10, and I plus plus. After that, scanf percentage %d and percent, and here I will specify the array name and its index in which I want to get the value. If you want to make it interactive, you can do it enter element, just to make the program more interactive. If you want to, this is optional. So once you are done with this, you have to check what token is repeating. And one more thing that I have missed here is, the first thing that we have to do is we have to create a variable token, and we have to get the value of token from the user, because user will tell the value of the token, and then the user will tell the values of an array, and then we'll check how many times a certain token has repeated. So please enter a token. So this is a message that I have written here, and after that, scanf percentage %d, and the name of the variable will be specified here, token. And now in the loop, after getting the values of the array, we will be do some decision making, and I'll be writing a condition here. If array element, the specific element of array is equal to token, or the entered element of array is equal to token, it means that we have to update the value of count. So that's what we are going to do. And once the loop has completed, we will write a message, the token, the percentage %d has been repeated percentage %d times. So now it's going to be token at first and count. So now let's run this program and check whether it's working correctly or not. So the message will be printed in front of you. Enter a message. Yes, please enter a token. So this message will be displayed in front of you. Please enter a token. And let's suppose I have entered 5 here. Enter element 1, 8, 7, 9, 21, 5, 5, 2, 1. So the 5 has been repeated 2 times is going to be the output. You can see that 5 is present in this array and it has been repeated 2 times. So this is how this program works. So I hope that you have understood this program as well. We are discussing these programs and we'll be discussing 2 to 3 programs in the upcoming videos also, just to make sure that you learn how to manipulate an array, because it's very important to learn that. It will help you in future. And I hope that you have also understood the concepts that I have discussed. You can also practice different programs yourself, and you should keep practicing, because you know that only practice can make you better. So you should keep practicing on different logical programs, and if you continue doing that, you will learn programming very well. So I hope that you have understood the concept. If there is any question, you can ask me in the comment section, and if you have liked the video, please share it with your friends and